What's up, team? Hope we're all well. Welcome back to another episode of Sniper Sundays. This is a series where we break down all of the trades taken in the current/previous week and then give some analysis for what we predict is going to happen in the coming week ahead. So in this episode, it's going to be more short than usual because I was kind of risk off with trading this current week. If you saw last episode, we had an amazing Monday's trading session where we had market volatility push the dollar in our direction. But then for the rest of the week, the market was just super volatile, making huge moves without obeying usual imbalance areas. And we were on the wrong side of it. So we lost like 1.8%, I think it was last week. So I was kind of risk off. I just wanted to see price action return to a little bit more normality. Of course, there is no such thing as normal price action. You do always have to kind of account for volatility, but an important part of becoming a professional trader is knowing when not to trade, not just when to trade or how to trade, also knowing when to take your foot off the gas a little bit so that you don't just go full steam ahead into a bunch of losses, basically. So this coming week, that's what I did. I was kind of risk off. I think I only took like 4 trades in the week throughout my intraday strategy, my swing strategy, everything. So let's go over what happened in this current week. So starting off with, we hit a stop loss on Euro US dollar. So let's take a look at that one. If we load up Euro USD, like that, and then if I check my VIP group, this was on the 5-minute time frame, around about 8:29 on the 10th. So we'll go to the 10th, go to 8:30, like that, and then we'll see what we did. So we need the 5-minute time frame, like that, and let's go over the trade that we placed. Okay, so we're here on the 5-minute. We initially look at the Asian session. So here's the Asian session range. Now, I got asked about this on a live, and I feel like it's a really good educational point to talk about. When we talk about the Asian session, we're talking about the overlap, or well, I am anyway. I'm talking about the overlap between Tokyo and Sydney. So my Asian session is from midnight to 5 AM, and that's the overlap of Tokyo and Sydney. Obviously, there is 2 separate sessions made of the Tokyo and the Sydney session. Again, I'm looking at this overlap. That's what's important to me. So here we can see the Asian session, as I refer to it. What we were looking at is we had this sweep of the highs, like this. Price swept the highs, and we were trading this to try and catch a sell back to these lows. Okay, that didn't happen, and we took a stop loss. So how my position looked, okay, is we had this sweep. After price swept low down here, I was looking at price to pull back from there up to around the 71, stops just above the high, and then TP all the way down here at the Asian low, like that. And that would have given me about a 7R trade. No, just checked. Wasn't that? My bad. It was. I thought that was a little bit off. So just checking again. It was after this, we tried catching the pullback from here down there. Okay, so same idea. We just waited a little bit later. So let me plot that for you guys. From this high to this low, we were looking at this pullback to the 71. Stops just above that high. Same idea. Down to this low. And it was a 3.6R that we were looking at. Yeah, that's the one. Unfortunately, it didn't hit for us today. Price pushed up. And as we pointed out, here we had the megaphone pattern. So this was Monday morning again. So this kind of told the story for me for the week. When you have a megaphone pattern like this, which is price making higher highs, price making lower lows, just like that. Price is megaphoning, okay? You've not really got a clear trend direction here. I was hoping with this trade that price would carry on lower down here, and then we would actually have, you know, lower lows, lower highs. That didn't happen. We took a loss and price pushed higher, And that kind of set the tone for the week for me, because we had this all the week before, this whole megaphone pattern happening on the intraday. This is just volatility. Price doesn't know where it wants to go. It's all up and down, it's all over the place, higher highs, lower lows at the same time. So yeah, that was our first loss. Kind of similar to what was happening the week before in the markets. Price just not obeying usual price action, intrinsic moves happening on the dollar, just really affecting how we trade. So that was the first trade. Second trade, again, another Euro US dollar stop loss hit. So we went 2% down to start the week off. Let me find that one for you guys. This was on Tuesday, about 7:30. Similar idea, so let's go to that. Tuesday, about 7:30. Check here. So same idea. Mark out the Asian session. Price swept the highs. And then we had this sweep. Price then broke these lows, okay? So wherever I look for lows, I'm looking at the candle body, usually, like that. So it was this candle body low, which was broken. This told us that there was going to be a change of character to the downside. Same again, we took the fib level from this low to this high. And then we got our entry at about 7:30. So it would have been from this initial. So from this high to this low, price came up, tagged us in around one of these candles. Let me check the exact level. So just so you know, I'm on my other screen basically looking at the exact level here. As you see, that was the last trade. That's how it played out. So whenever I'm looking over, whenever I'm looking and thinking, I'm not just like making it up, I'm looking at this on my other screen so that I can give you guys the exact price entry that I took. So this was from the 61.8 fib. So from this high to this low, price came up. We got in on this wick like that. Stops just above that high. And then TP down to the Asian low again like that. So here we were looking at about a 3.8 RR. Price initially broke the low, but then yet again price pushed higher. And then lo and behold, what do we have again? Lower lows and higher highs. Another megaphone, okay? So 2 days in a row we're hit with that megaphone pattern. That just speaks volatility. Price is volatile. So that's when I was like, okay, this week is going to be another volatile week. Let me just be a little bit risk off, not really take as many trades. I was also on holiday this week as well, so it was kind of like not favorable trading setup conditions for me anyway. So for the rest of the week, I just went, right, I'm going to be a little bit more risk off, just because price is not behaving like it usually would. We're not following like clear wave structure, so I'm not going to go too balls deep this week on trading. So yeah, that was the second trade of the week, SL hit. Next up, we had a TP. This was our swing position that we got in. We got an entry on this on Tuesday. Tuesday was our entry. Around about 8:10 in the morning we got tagged in. So let's take a look at GU on a 1 hour. So let's have a look. Tuesday, about there. Well, let me just mark up the actual position for you guys, okay? So this trade, this was our boss strategy, or the John Wick, as we like to call it. So we had this trend line here, okay? Price was bearish, using this line as resistance. What happened there? Price broke out, okay? So this now becomes our break of structure. Like this, that's the break of structure. And then we had a corrective move. We had A, B, C. That's our ABC correction, okay, where price corrected after a breakout. Then price broke out of that ABC, pushing higher than this B wave high, broke out of that. So then this correction becomes our break of substructure. So after this initial break of structure, we had this ABC correction acting as substructure. Now this is our break of substructure, our boss for sure, okay? After this break of substructure, this is where we look for an entry. So how did we do that? We plotted the Fibonacci tool from this low up to this high, and we looked for price to retrace back to that golden 71% level, okay? So we took our entry from this 71% level, caught that perfectly. This is why we call the strategy the John Wick strategy, because you're never getting an entry in the candle body, okay? Well, you are, of course you are, but most of the time you'll get a fucking very lovely wick entry from price like this. The reason we targeted this level this time is because we also had this fair value gap here on the 4 hour. So we looked for price to just tap into that FVG and meet that 71% fib, and we got a pinpoint perfect entry there, okay? So we had stops about there, a couple pips below that low, and we had our TP 1, 2, and 3 all the way up here, okay? So within last week, price entered there, and we managed to get our TP1 on Thursday here. So this was our TP1. We took 2.4R thereabouts. I think it was a bit less than that what we actually got. Yeah, 2.35R. We took half the position out here at TP1, and that gave us 1.18%. Okay, price is still running on this all the way up to TP3. So we've actually just hit TP2 today as I'm filming this on Tuesday. But yeah, we've actually just hit TP1. That was Monday New York session. Obviously I was asleep because I'm over here in Asia. But yeah, this one I'm not counting this week because obviously it's happened in the current week, not the previous week. So that one we'll cover next week's Sniper Sunday. But for this Sniper Sunday, we've hit the TP1 there, following our John Wick strategy. Stop loss is now at break even, and we're running risk free on that. So that's lovely. Next up, final trade, another Euro US dollar stop loss hit. You would have think that I would have just stopped trading the Euro this week, right? 3% loss on the Euro this week. But it is what it is. You just got to follow the strategy. As long as it's giving you valid setups, then you take them. My strategies usually have around about 50% win rate with like a 3 to 4R TP. So it adds up. You have to just accept that risk of every time I take this trade, there's a chance it wins, there's a chance it loses. Sometimes you get a massive cluster of wins, which is a winning streak. Sometimes you get a massive cluster of losses, which is a losing streak. You just have to trade through it, guys. And as long as your strategy works, it all evens itself out, and it's all priced in the long run. But anyway, next trade up. This was on Friday, I believe. Let me just find it for you. Euro USD long, 9.46 on Friday. Cool. So Euro USD. This was intraday again. The intraday markets were really hard to trade last week, I found. Well, it wasn't hard to trade it just wasn't getting the results, basically. So let's mark that out. Oh, wrong one. 9, go there. Get our SMA on, or EMA should I say. And this was... Cool. Right, so let's mark this out. Asian session. Like that. That's our Asian session. So what happened is classic. We had price sweep the Asian lows, take out the Asian highs. Then we used the previous Asian highs as support to push higher, higher low, higher. And then what we looked for here, plain and simply, was for this move to continue higher. So we looked for a fib from this low to this high. We wanted price to retrace back down, find this area of support, and then push higher, just like that. So continuing this bullish move, we took our entry from about the 71, stop loss just below that low, TP2 at the 27% fib, so TP1 here, TP2 here. We found support initially, but then we dumped off and hit stop loss. Okay, that's all she wrote. Stop loss -1%. Okay, so this week we had 4 trades, 1 win, 3 losses, and in total we lost 1.8% this week. So it's nothing scary, okay? There is nothing scary about taking a losing week in trading, so long as you're trading properly with risk management and you've actually got a proper strategy that works, okay? Running total so far of Sniper Sundays is plus 18.2%, and we're only on episode 6, okay? So that's an average of like 3% a week, using the current TP and RR layout that I use, okay? So yeah, we had a losing week, but it's only minus 1.8%. We won 1 trade with a TP1, only taking half our position out, and then we lost full 3 trades, okay? So that's all she wrote for this week. Running total is still 18.2%, which is lovely. I just want this to be like an educational message to everyone that losing is okay in trading. If you have a 50% win rate, half of your entire trading is going to be losses. But the most important thing is that when you win, you make more than when you lose, okay? There are strategies out there that have like 90+% win rates, okay, but they usually only make like fucking 0.1 to 0.3% every time that they win. And they usually make less in total than strategies like this, which have a medium win rate with a medium RR, okay? There's also strategies out there that make very big RRs, like 5 to 10 RRs, but they also have win rates of like 10 to 30% sometimes, okay? So you really got to find what works for you. With my trading strategy, you can adjust it, so it is quite tailored to what you want. You can use a variation where you just take the full TP out at TP1 like that, and then your win rate's much higher. You're also taking the full profit out there, so you'd have made 2.35% off of this position. Another variation is to take 50-50, so take half out here, half out there. Another one, if you want to go for it, is just take the full TP out here. So on this one, you would have just made 3.26% when this has been hit. So yeah, I do teach people in the VIP how to tailor a trading plan around you. You know, limit the amount of hours that you trade in, limit the pairs that you trade in, tailor the win rate and RR around you personally, because you got to understand your own personality as a trader, what's going to work best for you, especially as you're only just learning how to trade. Trading is 90% psychology, and the RR and win rate that you have and like how much you're on the charts all massively impacts that, okay? So if you want to learn more about trading and actually develop yourself as a trader, not just copy and paste signals, join our VIP group. It's currently only £1 a day, okay? That's billed annually, so £365 a year. If you don't want to join that way, we do have the £50 a month membership, and we've also got a lifetime option that's currently £497. Now, I've only really just started growing the educational side of stuff, so give it a month or two and we'll double those prices. But right now, it's very good value, super cheap for you to hop inside and grow our community with us, okay? We've got plenty of funded traders in there. You'll also get access to the VIP lounge, which is 40+ traders, all networking, all connecting, all learning together, with one-on-one access with all of our trading mentors as well. So yeah, thank you for making it this far. Thank you for keep tuning into the Sniper Sundays. If you do like them, please drop a like on this video to show your support. I'm very transparent. I'll show you all of my wins, all my losses, all my break-evens. I've got absolutely nothing to hide. I take plenty of losses in trading, and it's absolutely fine, because when I win, I make way more and it overruns it. So please avoid all of these traders online that claim they've got a 90+% win rate and they never lose. And they'll lure you in by saying like you've got a 95% chance of changing your life. Completely bullshit. The amount they lose when they take those 5% losses completely wipe out most of their wins, okay? This is proper trading. I'll show you it week in, week out and add it all up so that you can see losses are normal in trading. You don't need a super high win rate in trading to make money. So yeah, follow along if you're enjoying. Hop inside the VIP group if you want to keep learning, and I'll see you next time.